in baseball, but it's only losers finals here at Shockwave. Smashville Gaming's Gio versus P2P with Gibus. Now, this is actually one of my favorite low-key rivalries in this area. Okay. Sets going back and forth between both of these.
So tell me all about that.
Man, it's just nuts. We saw a lot of these moments, heartbreakers really for Gibus, where whenever it would be a regional, he'd take the first 2 games against Gio, who was then playing Rob, and Gio would just channel his inner demon, make the perfect adaptations, and take that the reverse sweep on the set. Got me all sorts of tongue-tied.
Yeah, but in recent history, Gibus has seemed to have a bit more control over the situation. Gio usually swapping characters a lot. We've seen him try out the Lucina, we've seen him try out the Marth, and now he's trying out the Villager, but this one doesn't seem to be panning out too well. Gibus has all kinds of control. What I haven't seen in recent history is Gio trying to go Rob against Gibus's Greninja.
Yeah, that's really true. From Gio, honestly, in more recent sets, we've seen him start to really go deep with the pocket characters, start to experiment a lot more. And honestly, I think that the Villager pick makes a lot of sense. He's always been much more of a reactionary sort of player who would rather let opportunities come to him rather than being aggressive and creating the opportunities himself. And I think the Cubs just won. Holy crap, did the Cubs just win? I'm sorry. I know I need to be commentating this.
All right, Gio is really trying to make this comeback happen,
Let's go, baby! Cubs won! Let's go! Sorry.
He went from almost getting... I mean, Gibus had like 30% on his first stock when he took Gio's first, right? And now Gio's almost doing the reverse. He's got around 90% on Gibus with only 30 on himself. But the question is he going to be able to seal it out?
Can he seal it out like the Cubs did just now? For the first time in over 100 years, bro! That's crazy! Okay, I'm getting back into it, I promise. Up throw now from Gibus. Oh, and you're seeing the downer descending. Those turnips, a bit of the disjoint that they have, enough to go and counteract whatever aerial shenanigans Gibus was hoping to set up.
We're trying to go for some mix-ups with the jabs, but not able to catch the fact that Gio had jumped inward.
Still incredibly high percent. It's such a surprise that Gibus is even having this high of a life expectancy here. Hydro Pump covered so well with that neutral air, but still able to make it back on stage with a direct approach back onto the stage.
And slides back on stage like he's sliding into Gio's DMs right now.
Oh, did you see the mix-ups that Gio was trying to set up there? He puts the tree down, runs through, making it look like he's going to do a cross-up grab, instead goes for the axe. Gibus just held onto that shield for dear life. So you have to work a little harder than that. I'm willing to be patient here.
I mean, he is a frog living to near 200%.
Yeah, this is
Oh, but he did a dumb, and now he's dead.
That's how you end up on a Razoo's menu. That right there, man. That right there.
Frog legs, dude. He's got long frog legs. Think about how many entrees Razoo's could get.
That's a lot of entrees, man.
From one dead Greninja.
Fun fact, apparently Razoo's and Bone Daddy's owned by the same group.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Just different themes restaurants. But similar music stations. The more you know. Back into what's going down at Smashville. We're seeing Gio starting to rack up a decent bit of a comeback. Of course, with Villager, you can play incredibly non-committal, start shooting off all these projectiles. And if your opponent's a little too slap-happy, you can definitely find yourself back in the fray of things there. Gio pocketing the water shuriken and using it as a way to get back onto the stage.
And we've seen twice now that Gibus has gone for up throw up air, and twice that Gio's just had all the luck in the world and had got triple turnips both times to contest him. I think if it was any other turnips, we might have at least seen a trade. But
oh, this is game.
No.
That's game. That's game. What a play from Gio.
Did he hit his shield with both the axe and the tree?
And the kitchen sink. Let's not forget about the kitchen sink.
Oh, absolutely.
Very important.
That was some nutty stuff. Oh, my goodness.
Man, I don't know if we have a replay available of that or not. But I'm definitely going to rewind that VOD later and just figure out what happened. It might have been because Gio was going so many times for these cross-up axes on shield. Gio was like, you know, I'm just going to hold onto my shield the whole time here. Nothing bad's going to happen. Oh, my God. I got hit by the redwood forest. Are you joking? And here he's actually switching things up, going instead to Lucario. Now, I do like this pick on paper, primarily because this extra damage that Gio's been able to tack on might actually come back to hurt Gibus. At the same time, though, Lucario, not really known for a phenomenal neutral game, could definitely get stuffed out by all the projectiles as well as quick hitboxes that Villager can throw out.
And yeah, he really doesn't enjoy dealing with these projectiles. He has a tough time getting in. He doesn't really have anything to slice right through him, right? So he just runs in and shields, and he's a very slow character, so his main way to combat that, oh my God. his main way to combat that is with his Aura Sphere, which is a great projectile, but you're playing up against a Villager who can pocket that and make that your worst nightmare.
Yeah, this is definitely the hurt me more dog matchup.
And now, though, it's even-ish percents if you take into account the fact that it really anybody can die.
Yeah, I mean, this percent difference, really a back air is going to eradicate this stock from Gio. But of course, a back throw, that percentage is something we need to be very, very aware of as well. Oh,
catching his jump.
Wow, that was such a slippery descent onto the stage. Gio was caught by surprise. You were very caught by surprise.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Gibus, you monster, please calm down. There are children here and you're playing against one of them. Oh my God, Gibus, there are children here.
Man, right now, the way that Villager is clapping, I think sums up everything that's going on in so many people's minds. Like it's like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me right now?
Joking?
I lost to that. He hit me 5 times. Christ.
There were 2 moments. The up air in the blast zone and then the back air immediately following that I was like, okay, it's just over. Gio lived, and then he died. He lived and then he died.
And now, Gio hoping to establish dominance from a range standpoint. We'll be losing some of the projectiles. What definitely gains the disjoints here, and this can be a nightmare for Lucario to deal with.
Right, the 2 things that I think Lucario struggles with the most is A, projectiles, and B, a sword. Swords just outrange him, and they have about similar frame data, so he can't really go for any sort of trades. It's just in the sword's favor.
Yes.
But what he does gain right now is huge access to that Aura Sphere.
Absolutely. Marith, in general, not really a character who's known for having all that many KO setups, but as the metagame for this character develops, we're seeing so many different tools being used as KO options. I'm thinking about those neutral airs. I'm thinking about just the edge trapping style that Marths like Leo have been able to perfect as this game has gone on. And of course that F smash, if you have the spacing for that and you catch Gibus perhaps being a bit too haphazard with his approaches because of that aura, imbuing that false confidence, there's definitely a chance. Back air, however, saying otherwise. Again, game 3 onto Battlefield. And such a great stage here for these swordies as well. Gio has a great shot, but this Marth, it's not something that we've really seen all that often, very much in its infancy here.
I mean, he has had the Lucina for quite a while. The Marth, I mean, he's had these characters since 3DS, but they've always been, you know, questionable at best.
Exactly. Okay. I mean, but have they come out this far into bracket? When we're looking at losers semis and that last game?
He has tried the Marth against Gibus before. I don't know if he's played against Gibus' Lucario with Marth because Gibus barely pulls out this character. That's the real test.
Yeah, this is that in case of emergency break open glass. And what a time! What an F smash from Gio to bring this back to 1.
There was an emergency and he broke open the glass already.
Hey, that's something that Gibus does a lot is he'll grab ledge, get off of ledge, come back, turned around, try to charge that aura. And Gio's like, you know how many times we've played together? I know you're about to do something stupid here. I
know you love the wall jump shenanigans, and I love putting hitboxes directly where you're trying to jump.
As those F smashes, when they connect, it does a wonder not only on your stock count, but also on your mind here. We see the momentum shifting back in favor of Gio here. He's just been winning exchange after exchange. Of course, it's expected as Marth has a significantly better advantage in neutral than Lucario. The question is how much damage can Gibus take before he starts dishing it back himself?
Right, and percents are about even right now, and Gio just has all the control. He's trapped Gibus in this corner, and he is not going to let him escape. Again, he's so scared. He had advantage there. He could have taken the stage, but instead he just held shield and got grabbed yet again.
Of course, it's going to maybe revolve around some of these B reverses. Gibus, of course, like we said, such a slippery player. His control over this character is absolutely perfect. He's going to need that perfection here just to throw a wrench. That's a wrench.
Ooh. His back air is so safe on shield at these percents. Or rather, it's just safe enough for him to get away with some of these shenanigans.
And was that the dash attack? The fact that Marth ducks a bit that allowed him to avoid it? F-tilt! And that's going to be game. So 2 huge callouts there at the ledge, resulting in Gio advancing on to losers finals.
You know, it was really refreshing to see the Gibus Lucario because I feel like we haven't seen it in such a long time. But in the end, Gio just held it together a little bit better, right? It was last stocks, last hit, but it's really hard to get through the wall of sword that Marth has.
Wall of sword, yeah. It's tough. Them disjoints.
Gibus says he doesn't know where his B went. His B.
Was that a chillin' joke?